Well, prepare yourself, guys. Welcome back to another episode of The Rundown. Today we're going to talk about, well, you guys voted on it. You said you would rather hear about John Wick Chapter 5. We're going to talk a little bit about the new cast for Mortal Kombat 2 and the Thunderbolts news. So welcome back on a Friday. So I am your host, Chris Fagan. I'm riding solo today. I am surprised that I'm even doing this because I am still gone from last night. Yeah. I've decided that I'm going to cut back on the Jack and Coke, the pimp juice, whenever I do the rundown after dark, just because it was ridiculous. I woke up this morning with no hangover at all. Then went back to sleep because it was 4 a.m. Woke back up at 7 o'clock. The hangovers wait until the sun comes up. Yeah, I was still in party mode, I guess, last night. So when I woke up at 4 a.m. just to use the restroom, went back to bed, came back, went back to sleep, woke back up again. The second the sun hit my eyes, boom, hangover. Reminded me how old I was, but it's all good. What we got, guys? If you are in the chat, let me know that you guys are here. Appreciate you guys. Give a thumbs up to the video, and it really helps us out. Before I get started, I want to remind you guys that if you are in the chat room, I got the lower third fixed. I can prove it this time. Watch this. Let's see. Bam, it works. Last night it was not working. It pissed me off, and I was so mad because I like to see you guys' their conversations in the chat box, and I like to have it displayed on the screen the way everyone can see it. Not just, I want to be able to highlight you guys' conversation. So, guys, if you got anything to say, if you send a super chat, we appreciate you want to support the channel. You can do that on the super chats or streamlabs.com/T3media/tips. Send your questions, your comments, your concerns, anything you guys want to talk about. I think we got I have my voting poll up for the main topic. I'll close it out right when we get started with the main topic. But, besides that, you can become a patron if you also want to support the channel. Members as well. We're going to open up call-ins for our guests or for people who want to join us on the panel as we're talking about certain topics or the main topic or whatnot. We're going to start that. I'm going to try to start that next week, and it'll be for members only, but for the time being, for maybe the rest of the year, I don't know. And until it makes it. So, no, I remember. When we'll do video for the members only, but for call-ins, it'll be for everybody. So that's another way you can do it. Peter Lang, I think I saw you, bro. I think I saw you. You got to be careful about. Yeah, man. I keep reminding myself I'm 43. I know black don't crack. I know I still look like I'm 16. But yeah. Yeah, I see Tabatha right there. She got her drink, and I'm trying not to look like a punk. So I'm like, you can't outdo me. You ain't gonna outshine me. Yeah. Second she left, I was gone. I went to bed. My wife told me I did something stupid last night. I didn't even believe her. I said, no way I did that. Yeah. She's like, yeah, you did. You were all like, ding, 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 ding. And that's all out. That's the most I'll describe it. I just, for some reason, I exposed something and just went ding, 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 ding. That's what she said I did. And then I passed out. I don't remember that at all, but it was fun. It sounds like me. But anywho, with that out the way, I forgot to do the lower third, so I won't even bother. So I don't even worry about it. Let's get this all out the way, guys, before I make a fool of myself. First topic of the day is Mortal Kombat 2 news. So I saw Mortal Kombat. I liked it, and the story was all over the place. I did not like the new character that they invented for that story. He was like an amalgamation of like a whole bunch of different Mortal Kombat characters. That brand new, I don't even remember his name. I wanted that story to be mostly only focused on Scorpion and Sub-Zero. That was the best part of the movie. And some of the kills and the fatalities and stuff was fine. It was just it just kind of trailed off when it focused on that new guy. And I hope, no offense to him as an actor or anything like that, but I just hope they go in a different direction with the story mode, like the love story maybe between Kitana, now that we have our new Kitana, and It's like not. I was about to say Liu Kang. Let me see if I have my lower thirds working. Let me get myself back up in the mix real quick. So we have our new Kitana. I don't know anything about this actress, but as far as physically, fits the bill. I thought that the young lady that played Kitana in the '90s version of the movie, she fit perfectly as well. But I like, just off on face value alone, I don't know anything about her body of work. Maybe I should look it up first. But she looks the part. So I hope that, I don't know if she's done anything as far as like martial arts wise in film, or if she has that background or not. But looks wise, hey, you can't go wrong with that. She looks great. But I noticed that after this was announced, IMDb immediately updated, and that's what I wanted to get on. I want to look at the whole cast of Mortal Kombat, if you guys don't mind me doing so real quick. Let me pull it up. So I went to IMDb, and let me see if I can find it. Let me go full mass here. Let me go full screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Is this it? So I went to IMDb, Mortal Kombat 2. So we have Carl Urban, Johnny Cage, rumored, but I don't think that's a rumor anymore. I think that's been confirmed. Why does it still say rumored? I thought that was confirmed. What I'm really interested in, because I believe this is going to be the first time that this character has been portrayed in the movies. This is Jade. Is it Tati Gabrielle? Why does she look familiar? Was she in the John Wick movies? Why does she look familiar? We go, I've seen her. I know I've seen her. Uncharted. Oh, okay. Uncharted. That's what I remember her from. Uncharted. Oh, the 100. I remember. Okay, I remember. She was also the girl from, I think she was in season 3 of You. I think she was in season 3. I haven't caught up to season 4, but I think she was in You. Check me in the chats if I'm right about that. Was she also in season 3 of You? I think she was. Let me go right here real quick. So, you know what? This will be easy. Let me see if I can make this happen. Come back to the rest of the class. Yeah, that might work. All right. And obviously we have our Sub-Zero. We have our Sub-Zero and our Scorpion. Obviously, I'm hoping that they focus more on them. Jessica McNally as Sonya Blade. Cole Young as from Lewis Tan. Makad Brooks coming back as Jax. Joe Taslim as Bihan. And Noob Saibot. Okay. And look, what else we got? We got Lord Raiden, played by Tadanobu Asano, if I'm saying that right. Obviously, we have Adeline Rudolph as Kitana. What I should have said at the top of the talking point. Ludi Lin as Liu Kang. So I'm thinking it's going to be focused on them, since we got our Kitana. Obviously, we have to have that love story between them two. Chen Han as Shang Tsung. That's what IMDb has as the cast. I'm excited for it. I mean, the first movie did good, in my opinion, as far as like the fatalities, as far as the action, the beginning story with Sub-Zero and the Sub-Zero clan and Scorpions people wiping them out. That was great. I love the family connection that led into it afterwards, but I just did not like the direction that they went with that character. Was that him? Was that Cole Young? Was that him? Is he back? Oh no, man. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's him. See, that's how forgettable that character was. I think that's him. That's him. Maybe no offense to him personally. I just did not like the way. I just didn't. His character was not necessary. And if he was a descendant of Scorpion, why did he need that weird ass power? Why couldn't he just have the same powers and him take over as the new Scorpion or something like that? That to me made more sense, but some bullshit. I don't know. Peter Lang reminded me that I got to be careful about 'cause that it snuck up on me, man. That hangover was not there. Hey, Michael, what's going on, buddy? Appreciate you welcoming people in the chat. I did not. I was not. I was not myself last night. So, Peter, I think that's when you responded to when my wife told me what I allegedly did. I still don't believe her. I don't believe that's what I actually did. I'm gonna put that into the allegedly column because I don't know. It don't really sound like me. You know what? I plead the fifth. I don't know. I don't think that was me. Peter Lane, he looked up her body before he looked up her work. Yeah. Yeah. It's a great body of work. I don't see the problem here, Peter. Yeah. All right, okay, so should I be fair? All right, you want me to look up her body of work? All right, here we go. Have I seen her in any of these things? All right, let's see. Let's get these advertisements out of the way. She was in Resident Evil. Have not watched that. I think that's the series that was on Netflix. I didn't watch it. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Did not watch that either. Hellboy, the Cricket Man. Did not see it. Listening In podcast series. Never heard it. So that's what she's known for. She's brand new to me. So if you've seen her in any of these things, she was in 5 episodes of Riverdale, 8 episodes of Resident Evil. She has her own podcast, or maybe she was just featured in that podcast. 36 episodes of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Have not seen her, so I don't see any movie. Here's where we go: Hellboy, the Cricket Man, and Creepers. Great body. I'm never gonna be sexist for a second. Hey, I love the way. Like I said, she'd be a great actress, but as far as physically, there you go. I love it. I love that. You can't go wrong. It could go wrong, but not for all that. Look at those eyes. Look at the jawline. Let me do the lead attorney. Look at the jawline. Gots to be more careful. All right, moving on to the next topic. Dude, Thunderbolts Delayed again. What did Forrest Gump say? I went to the White House again. Met the president again. I see it's predicted that this strike is going to last at least as long as the last one, like 3 months. So all this stuff is getting pushed back. We just heard that Deadpool won't continue with their writing, but they're filming, but they're allowing. What did they say? They're allowing like ad libs and unscripted, stuff. They're, especially the people around Ryan Reynolds, because I think Ryan Reynolds definitely supports the writer strike, but they're allowing unscripted things to be filmed within a certain whatever the parameters. I don't know the whole logistics behind it of all that, the details on it, but they're still filming as long as it's not scripted stuff or brand new. It has to be off the. You know how Ryan Reynolds is good with the off the top stuff. That's not going to be the case for the Thunderbolts. I'm pretty sure some of them could do it, but it's a different beast with Deadpool. So I'm not surprised with the Thunderbolts being totally delayed. I'm pretty sure that all of the rest of these phases coming out, everything is going to be delayed. At least, if ever they were planning on whatever date they were planning on, I'm say give it a range of 6 months to a year for some of these because of these delays. This is going to be the first of it. If you think the pandemic, it was worse during the pandemic, and it's because this could be solved if they resolve the issues with this strike. But if they don't, just like what happened during the pandemic, it's gonna affect all this stuff moving down the line. But I am excited about Thunderbolts. I'm hoping to see. This is what I'm looking forward to for Thunderbolts. How are they going to follow the lead of a person that doesn't have superpowers? If what I'm seeing is correct, everybody here is a super soldier, most or has powers except for Black Widow. I'm only obviously her father's gonna be on her side. That's probably gonna be the thing. Why is it Captain America or super agent? So it's not Captain America. What's his name? The fake ass Captain America. He's gonna be the antagonist to her. Why should I take orders from you? I'm saying you ain't even American, you know. So he's gonna take it personally. That's what he's gonna say. He's gonna be a typical American. It's gonna be like, why the hell should I listen to you? You don't even speak. Oh my God! I remember somebody when I worked for the military said that when somebody was promoted over everybody else, he went straight prejudice on it. He's like, why the hell we gotta listen to him? That motherfucker can't even speak English. I was like, dude, you need to calm down. But I could see the U.S. agent, I think that's what his name is, saying that to her. So I'm excited about that. Well, let me know what you guys think on that. Let's move on. Let's just come up with Blues House. $2 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. New subscriber, first time catching you live. Man, well, you caught me on a Friday where I'm hungover from last night. My energy, I'm sorry, I'm going to be low. I'm low energy Jeb. Today. So I apologize if I'm not living up to that, but I appreciate you supporting the channel on that level, man. I'm sorry, man. My head is killing me. My wife is claiming that I did something that does not sound like me. I don't think I would have done that. She said that I was totally inappropriate after the cameras went off. Don't worry, it wasn't to anybody that I'm not married to that I did that, whatever she's claiming. But I don't believe it. It don't sound like me. But I am a little low energy right now. So I'm low energy Jeb right now. But guys, let me see what else we got. He says, "Oh, Peter Lane, welcome him to the team. Appreciate you. I've seen like one of those things. Also agree. To be fair, great body. What was that on Seinfeld when it was an episode of Seinfeld where before George got to sleep with his girlfriend, everybody was getting to see her naked for some reason. She kept walking in on her naked. He's like, "You saw her before me, and you looked." Kramer was like, "Yeah, I looked. She got a great body, buddy. Too bad you couldn't check it out." Well, yeah, great body of work, man. All right, last up. Also, there's a super chat. Yeah. I got it. Yeah, the lower third's working today. I'm caught up on it. Let me close out the poll. Tell me what the results are on that because it won't let me click on it. Let me see if I can. What are the results on the poll? Let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know why it doesn't. It does not allow me to. That's going to be wrong. Before we go into, let me move on to, there we go. Let me see it. There we go. What's the results? So I asked a question before we started live. I said, all right, what would you prefer to see for John Wick for the next installment? Because when I read the article, I was curious on how exactly he worded it because you know that headlines can be misleading. It says specifically, Lionsgate is going to give us another installment in the franchise. That does not necessarily mean a chapter 5 for John Wick. It could have been a spinoff. It could be anything else. But I read the article. From what I can tell, it looks like it's going to be John Wick chapter 5. Now, I won't go into detail for all of y'all. If you haven't seen, I mean, come on, you have to have heard what happened by the end of it. By the end of chapter 4, if you haven't heard about it, spoiler alert. But it's open that should have been the last one. A lot of people in the comment section of the article that I read was like, it ended perfectly. That was a great send off. There's no need and blah, blah, blah. My question is this, and this is what I put up on the poll. What would you like to see next for John in the film? Would you like it to be chapter 5, continuing after 4, continuing the story moving forward? Or would you like to see a prequel installment? 60% of you guys said chapter 5 move forward. 40% want to see how he became Baba Yaga. And I'm surprised at that because I want to see that story. Here's my next question, and now I want you guys to light me up on the chat. If they did a prequel, if they ever do it, and I guess within a certain number of years of while Keanu was still physically able to and still willing to do it. Would you rather they just have Keanu Reeves play himself, obviously as play John Wick in that prequel, because he's getting older. He looks a little bit different from not that much. I mean, that dude he's timeless. The dude's he's a vampire. He doesn't age, but it's not gonna be like that forever. Would you rather be him playing it, or would you rather them not recast, but just have somebody playing the younger version of him, or maybe both? Maybe Keanu Reeves is partially in there playing himself as old, the present day John Wick, and thinking and reminiscing the past, and then have a younger person playing him when they do the flashback portions of it. I don't know. I'm on the fence of it because I would rather it be Keanu Reeves to do them all. Anytime John Wick is on screen, I'd rather be Keanu Reeves, because it's become a character where it's like you can't imagine anybody else playing it. But there have been some success stories where, playing the younger version of it, of a certain character, it went fine. It made sense, because if the Baba Yaga, well, it all depends on when the Baba Yaga thing, all that took place. It was obviously right before he met his wife. It was so it would be like a year or two maybe before, or if it's written down somewhere, if you guys know the answer to this, let me know. Before the events that took place in chapter 1, before his wife passed away. So it would be Keanu Reeves. It would make sense. But if it takes, if we don't get that prequel for another 10 years or something like that, then would you be okay with a younger person playing John Wick? Or I would rather be Keanu Reeves, but here's another idea. What if they ever did a movie about when he first became an assassin, not the Baba Yaga? What is that whole backstory? When he was trained, when he was brought up, that because they talked a little bit more about it in chapter 4. I'm curious now how the family took him in, how they trained him. They made it sound like that he went through the ringer to be built up and formed and forged the way he became. Was he ruthless? Was he heartless before he met his wife? I mean, obviously, we saw exactly what he was capable of after that dog died, because he seemed like he was patient. He didn't want any trouble. The second they took away the last gift that he got from his wife, complete focused monster. So I'm curious on the character. So I would have probably voted prequel, but I still want to see more from Keanu before it's over. But how many more will they do? And also, are you afraid that they'll go the route of Fast and the Furious? Will it start becoming ridiculous? Because it's not there yet, but the things that John is able to survive, and we've seen this in his universe since chapter 1, but in this world that we live in, we always got to top the last thing. That's usually the mentality. So I'm afraid that by the time we get to John Wick X, John will be in space. By John Wick 9 and all that stuff. I'm afraid of that, and I don't want that to happen to John Wick. So far, pitch perfect. From part 1 to 2, 3, chapter 4, perfect pitch. But I'm worried that if we don't go backwards, that it'll start to become. It could go the route of Fast and the Furious, and they'll have to go more ridiculous because it always has to top the last thing. So I'm nervous about that. Let's see what you guys are talking about on that before I let you go. I got to get out of here. Let's see. Where did I stop off at? Damian Hernandez says John Wick should have ended at 1. Don't get me wrong. The movies are good, not great, but good. I just don't see why every movie needs sequels and need to be franchises. It's a good question. Good question. There's one answer. There's only one answer. And it was said best by epic rap battles of history. And I just did Tabatha just did a reaction to this video, and I posted it up when Steven Spielberg and all the great directors came up, and then they were making fun of Michael Bay. And Michael Bay came out. It's all about the motherfucking money. That's why. Everybody always complains that there's no originals anymore. Nothing. The majority of movies that come out are originals. First installments, only one and dones and stuff like that. Whether they're independent films or big budget, the majority of films that come out are first installments, and that would never have the reasons why we get Jason Takes Manhattan and Nightmare on Elm Street Part 36 and more Clerks movies, which I love, is because the studios make more money from franchises, from sequels and things like that. If they didn't, people tend to go to see franchise films more than anything else. The argument of there's no original movies anymore is always false. It's always been false. There's always way more originals than there are next installments, sequels and stuff. But we don't go see them as much. People like that. People like that safe zone. They like that familiar. That can't. Yeah, I don't like that first Transformers. I guess I'll check out that second one. And then I'll check out that third one, even though the second one had a transformer with nuts dangling over the pyramids. That was weird. I'll check out that. Okay, I'll check out that fourth one, even though that third one, didn't do as good, and that second one had them nuts, and so it was. Then after a while, it's like, all right, I'm tired of Michael Bay. We'll have fatigue. What are people always saying? Comic book movies are done. They're dead and whatnot. And that's been said since they started. Now it's starting to, I wouldn't say the fatigue is setting in. It's just this bump in the road with the writing and the fact that Disney, when they were trying to push it on the streaming and the quality of the film, spreading Kevin Feige so thin, and you can see that the quality was going down. Now people are saying this is the thing that's going to cause the fatigue. I don't think so. I think they're gonna course correct. I think what's happening is we're demanding better quality in the writing and things like that. It's unfortunate that this writer strike now started when people starting to realize that. So maybe the writer strike overall will be the best thing that ever happened. I feel like the quality of things is gonna pick up. Will franchises fail in the meantime before it all gets resolved? Things are getting canceled left and right. So I don't know. It's gonna hurt for a minute, but I guess we'll see how it ends at the end of the road. Peter Lane, they're just gonna use the Deegan tech. That's not what we're talking about on that one. That's not always the best, but it'll likely be better for the character. Okay, what were we talking about on that one? The Deegan tech. What were we talking about on that one? Help me out, Peter. I'm not sure what we were talking about on that. They're just gonna use the Deegan tech. Do I need to look this up? What is the Deegan? De-aging? I'm like digging. I told you I'm gone right now. I'm like, yeah, you're right on John Wick. Yeah, my fault. The digging. Don't clip that. Chris being Chris again. Don't clip that. I can read. DH. Put it down there. Yeah, de-aging. Crib, my bad. I'm sorry, man. My bad. Stay in school. I'm sorry. I apologize. I can read. I should have. The digging take. I'm gonna clip that before you guys do. Oh my God. All right, guys. I gotta get out of here. I guess I'll make the announcement now. I'm heading over. Gotta head over to buy the pick up our passes for Comic Palooza. We're gonna be heading out there. we got it all settled up on what we're gonna wear. I got my costume ready. She's downstairs gonna be making hers. Tabatha, all she has to do is just get some floss and wrap it around her body, and then she's gonna be Lilu. So she's gonna wear her Lilu floss outfit. So if you guys are in the Houston area, if you are coming to see us at Comic Palooza, come say hi to us. If you are here. If not, check us out on social media. I'll be posting. We're going to do interviews. We're going to interview a bunch of cosplayers out there. I'm trying to see if I can get approved to interview some of the guest celebrities. I have not been. They said you got a press pass, but you ain't pressy enough. You ain't. They were like, you ain't impressed us yet, so you can't talk to any other celebrities. You got a press pass, but you're not that impressive. So I'm going to try. I'm still working on that, but we're going to be there. Not today. We're going to be there Saturday and Sunday. But come check us out. I'm going to go pick up the passes and everything. So stay tuned. Watch us on the on our socials. I didn't change the lower third. Like I said, follow us at T3 Medias. You'll see our posts and our interviews. I'm going to put them on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that good stuff. So check us out there as well. Appreciate you guys. Love it when you guys are helping me out in the chat. Like I said, I apologize that I was low energy, Jeb, today, but I'm still fighting this hangover. I apologize. But I appreciate you becoming a subscriber. Blues House, holla at me in the comment section and let me know any topics that you think you want us to talk about, that you'd like to see us talk about when the full panel is here. And until next time, guys, peace. Good night and sayonara, motherfucker.